This is ridiculous. 20,000 porcelain ashtrays gone each year. 62,000 towels. 34,000 soap
I'd say it's
dishes.
worth every penny.
But it's still stealing.
Literal translation of souvenir is kept as a memento. Maybe guilt brings them back for a second stay.
Excuse me.
Hey, Mark, are we going to deal you in at the poker party tonight?
Sure, but after the last game, I'm bringing my own cards.
Don't get mad. Get even.
Good morning. Welcome to the St. Gregory.
Thank you. Mr. and Mrs. Dan Mason.
Right. The Windsor Suite. For 3?
We're expecting a child.
What she means is that a child is coming to join us.
Oh, of course.
She's arriving by plane. I'm not planning on delivering her in the suite.
Well, the St. Gregory's had that kind of arrival, too.
Really? Thank you.
Right. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you had company.
Come on in, Christine. I'd like you to meet Vanessa Clark, Christine Francis.
Nice meeting you. Likewise. Well, I just need a few John Hancocks. This can wait. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, you're not interrupting. Vanessa's an old friend.
Peter did ask me to look him up if ever I was in San Francisco.
And I'd have been disappointed if you didn't.
Will you be staying here at the hotel, Miss Clark?
Could be. I wanted to check first to make sure that he hadn't shaved off that gorgeous beard.
Why don't I take you on the $2 tour, and then we'll have some lunch later.
All right, you're on. Oh, can I leave these here?
Sure. What do you got in here, bricks?
Cookbooks for my Aunt Gladys. Very nice meeting you.
Hope to see you again.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose our boys are doing all right.
They're fine. Your mother will call if there's any problem.
You're right, as always, counselor. I wonder what she'll be like, the one we're meeting today.
Oh, I suppose like all the others. Small, scared to death.
You already have a family set up to adopt her?
If there's no hitch.
I think it's a wonderful thing you're doing.
We're doing it together.
And I hope the boys grow up to be just like their daddy.
I can't believe it. Seems like only last week we were stuffing ourselves with pizza and cramming for finals.
And drinking coffee laced with amaretto.
And now you're married.
And you're a hotshot executive. Expense accounts, business trips.
Try lecherous clients. Meetings at midnight, a boss with an ulcer.
Are you still seeing Steve?
No, that's over.
How'd you like to meet a terrific guy?
Megan, I really don't do blind dates.
Oh, he's a friend. Works here in the hotel. No big romance, just a drink. What do you say?
My schedule's all over the place.
Oh, come on. He's really cute.
Okay, a drink. Oop, now I gotta go before the boss's ulcer blows.
Great. 7 o'clock. His name is Mark Danning.
Okay, see you later.
Sorry.
My fault.
Have you been doing any skiing?
I haven't had time.
I've thought about that week in Vail many times.
Great powder.
You said you'd call.
Well, I tried. Your number was disconnected.
Oh, I moved to Seattle.
Business?
Mm-hmm, which is why I'm here.
How long?
Long enough for dinner.
Where are you staying?
You're the hotel expert.
Well, I think I can find a room for an old ski bum.
Single or double?
I keep my personal life separate from business.
So do I. You live at the hotel.
For business. I also have a place of my own.
Oh, is that an invitation?
Do you want it to be?
Let's go this way, huh? Mr. and Mrs. Mason, how nice to see you again.
Hi.
This is Kim Lawn.
Hello, Kimberly.
I'm Lisa, and this is Dan. We're going to take you to meet your new family in Denver.
Mr. Mason, if we had more attorneys like you helping out, we'd have homes for all the Vietnamese orphans.
Does she speak English?
Yes. That's one of the other things the GIs left behind. Well, I must be off. I'll check back later.
Thank you, sister.
Goodbye, Kim Lawn.
Goodbye, sister.
Thank you. Well, would you like to see your room?
Yes, come on. You're going to have your very own bedroom.
Mark, you're just the guy I've been looking for.
You already owe me 20.
You have a suspicious nature, and I just wanted to do you the favor of a lifetime.
Yeah, and what's that?
Now, Megan's ex-roommate, Claire, is here on a business trip. If you play your cards right, I'll fix you up.
A blind date?
Yep.
Pasadena.
Okay. But when you see her, you're gonna want to cut your throat.
That nice, huh?
You remember Jacqueline Bissett in The Deep? No, more like Elizabeth Taylor in Raintree County. And yet, from certain angles, I get Catherine Deneuve. But Claire's probably too busy to see you anyway.
Oh, I don't know. I was gonna play cards with Billy.
Oh, yeah. Playing cards with Billy does sound like a lot more fun than going out with a gorgeous blonde. Why don't you meet her for a drink, and if you hit it off...
All right, I'll do it.
Okay, I'll set it up. I'll see you later.
Thanks. Where is it?
It's in a safe place.
Wish you were staying with me.
Darling, we agreed it would be safe if we stayed in separate hotels.
What about the exchange?
I've already made arrangements. Don't get scared.
Skittish? Me? Don't be silly. $800,000 has a very peaceful effect on me. Can't you tell?
Scott, trust me. Tomorrow we'll be on a plane to Paris with all that money and the rest of our lives to spend it.
Family you've lined up in Denver is going to adore her.
You really like her, don't you?
Oh, of course I do. You know what I'm gonna do?
What?
I'm gonna buy her some clothes, some pretty things.
That's great. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a shower. And maybe later we can all do some sightseeing, huh?
It's a deal.
Yeah, terrific.
Kimberly, you need anything?
Where did my father go?
Well, Mr. Mason's in the other room, but he's not your father. He's the attorney who's taking you to meet your new father.
He is my father.
Oh, darling, you don't understand. Did that nice Sister Nguyen tell you that Dan was your father?
take this dollar, go over and give it to that man, and you tell him what you want. He'll give you whatever you want, okay? Got it, girl.
How could you do this to me, Dan? How?
Honey, you gotta believe me, I didn't realize she knew who I was.
Why didn't you tell me? Prepare me.
I was going to.
The family you've lined up in Denver is us.
I couldn't just turn her over to strangers.
Who was her mother, Dan?
Lisa, I was in Vietnam 2 years.
And I was home with your infant son.
It happened. I am so sorry, but you have no idea what it was like.
If you could have just told me, prepared me a little, maybe I could have understood.
I didn't even know that there was a child until the Red Cross notified me a month ago. And I was afraid that you'd refuse to see her.
What about me? What about the boys? You planning to just walk in and say, here you are, fellas, your sister from Vietnam?
They're old enough, they'll understand.
Who was she?
Does it really matter? It's over.
Over? You expect me to take this woman's child into my home? Do you know what you're asking of me?
Just try, please, please. Honey, what did you get? What flavor? Oh, that looks delicious. What's that called?
Okay, go ahead. 81 cents. All right, thanks.
Hi.
Hi.
Billy wants to go over next quarter's security budget. He thinks he's short-handed.
Well, I can get to him this afternoon.
So, how was lunch?
Medium rare, as always.
She's very pretty.
Yes, she is, isn't she?
What does she do?
You mean business connection? Oh, I'm not really sure. Why?
Well, Peter, you're going to think this is crazy, but I saw someone with a briefcase just like hers down in the garage. Well, it was only open for a second, but I saw that it was packed with stacks and stacks of money.
Well, the St. Gregory entertains some very well-heeled guests and its share of eccentrics. Excuse me, I got to get these figures up in Mrs. Cabot. Well, she picked them up after lunch.
It's been more than 10 years. Her mother's dead. I mean, whatever happened, it's not Kim Lon's fault.
Would you like to stand in my shoes and tell me how you'd feel?
I'm not asking for a commitment. I'm just asking for a little patience. Well, you look beautiful, Kim Lon.
May I keep it?
Of course.
We'll take the other one, too. What is it, Kim Lon? Do you like the hairbrush?
My mother used to brush my hair every night.
We'll take the hairbrush, too.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, Mr. Danning doesn't answer the page. Would you like to hold?
No, but could I leave a message, please? Just tell him I'm sorry, but my boss made dinner plans for me with a client and didn't bother to tell me. And I'm late already.
I'm sorry, your name, please.
Claire Winslow.
Claire Winslow?
That's right. Just tell him I'm sorry. Thanks. Oh,
Excuse me. Are you always in such a rush?
Are you always getting in people's way?
Only yours. It must be destiny.
It's too bad we don't have time to find out. Oh, I've got to go.
Hotel operator?
Yes, this is Mark Danning. You paged me?
Yes, Miss Claire Winslow says she's sorry she can't make drinks.
Can't make drinks, huh?
Do you understand the message?
Yeah, I got it.
Sorry.
Well, did you spend your afternoon making your guests feel very special?
I had a long, boring budget meeting with the owner. Thanks. How about you?
Well, let's see. I found your apartment without any trouble.
Oh.
Took a nice hot shower. Stole a carton of yogurt from your fridge. And then I did some thinking about cold white snow and warm white sheets.
You always look great in white.
Peter, I was afraid you'd left. Hello.
Hello.
Billy needs to talk to you.
Oh, can it wait?
Sounded like it might be important.
Okay. Why don't you keep Vanessa company? I'll be right back. Huh?
Love your dress.
Thank you. Have you been Peter's secretary long?
I'm not his secretary. I'm his executive assistant.
Oh, that explains it.
Explains what?
Well, why you seem to be on such informal terms.
Are you in town by yourself?
Yeah. Lucky me.
Will you be staying with us long?
I'm, staying with an old friend.
Everything seems to be under control. Anything else we need to discuss?
No, thanks. I was just on my way home.
So nice chatting with you, Christine.
See you tomorrow, huh?
Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Lisa?
You wrote her love letters after you were home with me. I thought it was just some sordid little shack up with a bar girl.
Lisa, please.
I was home with a baby, playing faithful service wife while you're playing house with another woman. You were living as husband and wife.
You don't understand.
Oh, I understand, all right. You lied to me then, too. And now you expect me to be mother to your bastard child, to just welcome her with open arms. Nothing happened. Well, I won't do it. You can just send her back where she came from.
I haven't had a chance to call you till now.
Can't you get away? Come over here for a little while? I need you.
Darling, we agreed it would be better if we stayed in separate hotels.
Have you made contact for the exchange?
I'm meeting him tomorrow.
Vanessa, they'll open the vault in the morning. We're running out of time.
We'll be fine if you don't panic. Tomorrow night, we'll be on a plane to Paris.
I love you.
I know, darling. One more day. I'll call you tomorrow. Sorry. Business.
I thought you kept business out of your personal life.
Peter, I may have to take a trip. Why don't you come with me?
Oh, I couldn't get away right now?
Well, I guess I'll just have to postpone it.
I hate one-night stands.
Yeah. Well, you just may have to evict me.
Yes.
Mr. Mason, this is hotel security. There's a little girl down here who's asking for a Sister Nguyen.
Kim Lan?
What is it?
It's hotel security.
I thought you might want to come down.
We'll be right there.
She must have heard us.
Good morning.
Morning.
Nice dinner last night?
Uh-huh. Did she pass inspection?
What do you mean?
Well, last night, I found Billy. A busboy locked in the pantry is hardly an emergency for the general manager.
I thought it sounded urgent.
You don't like her very much, do you?
I hardly know her.
Which leads me to wonder why you don't like her very much.
Peter, I know I'm prying, but there's something about her. I don't know what, but something's wrong.
Well, you're right about one thing. You are prying. I'm a big boy. I can take care of myself.
Kim Lan, we were worried about you.
I can't imagine what could have gotten into her.
I figured there was some kind of misunderstanding. Well, see you around, kiddo.
Thank you.
Thank you. Why are we asking for Sister Nguyen?
You don't want me to be with you. I go back.
That's not true. Lisa.
I really don't think I can deal with this right now, Dan. Maybe you and your daughter should spend some time together.
Where are you going?
Out.
Claire, hi.
Hi.
Sorry you and Mark didn't connect last night.
Well, he must think I'm some kind of ditz.
Oh, why don't you stick around? He's got to be here somewhere.
Oh, Megan, I can't. I've got to make a quick call and run.
What about tonight?
Well, if he's still willing, I am.
Great. I'll set it up for dinner.
See you later.
Bye.
Hi, Julie. You have the room count?
Sure. Right here.
Thank you.
Excuse me, could you tell me what room Vanessa Clark is in?
Well, if you just pick up one of those house phones over there, they'd be glad to help you.
Thank you.
Well, I can't believe you're not in motion.
Pit stop. Could you by any chance change $1?
Well, let's see what I have here. 25,000, 75 cents.
Close enough.
I don't know. I hate owing money.
Oh, well, just don't leave town.
I've got an idea.
How about if I pay you back with dinner tonight?
A 25-cent dinner? Sounds intriguing. I wish I could, but I've got plans. And if I don't make this phone call, I may be out of a job.
I'll see you around the track.
Sometimes grown-ups say things they don't mean when they're upset.
You don't want me.
That's not true. I love you, Kim Lan.
Lisa doesn't want me either.
Well, honey, try to be patient with her. She didn't even know about you. It's just...
Why did you leave my mother?
It's hard to explain. There was a war, but this is my home.
Did you love her?
Oh, yes, very much.
She told me someday you come back.
I wrote to her, but I never got an answer. See, everything was so mixed up back then. Until a month ago, I didn't even know that you existed. But I'm glad you do.
You don't want to send me away?
I'm your father. I'll never send you away.
May I see an example?
I've got 800,000 new bills, consecutive serial numbers.
A little awkward when you want to spend it, huh?
I want used bills, 20s and 100s.
I'll give you 30 cents on the dollar.
50.
Where's it come from?
The U.S. Mint. And how I got it is my business.
40 cents is my top.
Today.
Tonight. Shall we arrange for some suitably sequestered place to make the exchange?
Back alleys make me nervous. I'll meet you here.
Shall we say 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock.
Make sure the champagne is well chilled. The Pearsons will be arriving in 15 minutes.
Hey, Mark, it's all set.
What's all set?
Dinner, tonight. Claire can definitely make it.
Yeah? Well, I'm sorry, but I can't.
Vanessa, what are you trying to pull?
What are you talking about? What are you doing here?
You're not even registered at this hotel.
That's because I already checked out.
What about the exchange?
It's all set for tonight.
They must have discovered the money's gone by now. We've run out of time.
Don't lose your nerve now, darling. We'll be on the plane tonight, and then it'll be all over.
Van, come to my hotel. I'm going nuts by myself.
I will. In Paris.
Christine. 2 problems with the Lawrence wedding.
They've added 50 names to the reception list, and the bride's allergic to gardenias.
You heard.
Will Kim Lon be all right?
Well, the sitter will page us if there's any problem. The important thing is, are you all right?
Don't know. I feel like my whole life's come apart.
I know what you mean.
How could you know?
Lisa, what do you think Vietnam was? 2 years of summer camp. I didn't know if I'd ever see you again. I didn't know if I'd be alive the next second. After I was shot down, they put me in a hospital.
Is that where you met her?
She was a nurse. Corny, huh? Honey, I didn't want anything to start up, but it did. I needed someone. You were so far away.
Were you in love with her?
At the time, yes. I came home to you. I love you.
The child would be there every day to remind me.
She's my daughter. Talk to her. Get to know her a little. place.
Got a minute?
Sure. What's on your mind?
Vanessa.
Oh, you really are a bulldog sometimes, aren't you?
Peter, she's not what you think.
Christine, you and I are friends. Let's not get Vanessa into this.
Friends are supposed to help each other out. They're supposed to let the other one know when they're screwing up.
I try to keep my personal life separate from hotel business.
You're not making this very easy for me.
I'm sorry, what is it you want to say?
Remember the briefcase I said I saw with all the money in it?
You mentioned it.
The man that was driving the car is here in the hotel. I saw him talking to Vanessa.
So what does that prove?
You just don't want to see it, do you?
So you saw her talking to someone. What is it supposed to mean?
I saw enough to know that she's using that man. The same way she's using you.
Here you are, Miss Clark. Thank you.
Vanessa. Hi.
How yourself?
Dinner at the Crown Room tonight? I got an in with a maitre d'.
Oh, I'll bet you do.
8 o'clock?
Oh, I've got a late business meeting. Can we make it 10?
Yeah, I can work up an appetite.
All right.
Denver's a lovely city, Kimlon. Mountains all around and snow in the winter. Have you ever seen snow? We have 2 boys. Eric's 12 and Josh is 9. Did you know he had other children? You miss your mother very much, huh?
Yes.
Maybe you would let me brush your hair sometime. Would you like that?
I can do it myself.
All set.
Taxi!
Where?
Oh, hi.
Hi, look, Mark won't be able to make dinner tonight.
Oh, that's too bad. I was really looking forward to meeting him.
Oh, well, it's not that he doesn't want to. I mean, he really wants to. It's just that he's got this sick friend, and he's in the hospital, and he's got to go visit him.
Oh, I hope it's not serious. Listen, I've got to go. Maybe we can do it another time.
Yeah, sure. See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
We have a problem.
You can't make the exchange?
No, that's all set. Have you seen the paper?
I haven't been out of my room.
There's a small story, page 4, with your picture.
Oh, my God.
Scott, listen to me. Lose your head now, and we blow everything.
What should I do?
Get to the airport, take the first flight out, and meet me in Paris tomorrow.
What about the money?
Darling, as long as you don't have the money, you're clean. I'll make the exchange, catch the late flight, and meet you.
I'm scared, Vanessa. You're not gonna run off on me, are you?
Darling, I can't believe you're asking me that. Would I have gone through all of this if I didn't love you? Now, get to the airport. And for heaven's sake, don't panic. I love you. Bye.
Bye.
Peter.
Is that the guy you saw with Vanessa? Or it's just possible she doesn't know what he's done.
It's possible.
And I suppose I have to find out.
Call the boys?
Not yet. Didn't know what to say.
Kim Lon?
It won't work, Dan. She won't talk to me. She won't even look at me.
You know, none of this is Lisa's fault, Kim Lon. She has feelings, too. She's trying very hard. Can't you try just a little? Don't make me choose between you and Lisa.
Thank you.
Gonna spoil your appetite.
Oh, are you kidding? This is dinner.
I thought you had plans.
Ah, he flaked out.
Well, he must be a jerk.
You still owe me 2 bits, right?
Right?
What if I increased my investment and bought you dinner? Could your ego handle that?
My ego has a healthy appetite.
Oh, good. Well, I see you two finally connected.
You're...
Claire? Well, this is wonderful. Come on, I'll buy you dinner. No, I'll let you buy me dinner. That's great.
You ready for dinner?
Oh, Peter, I was going to call you from the airport. Something's come up.
Well, you weren't going to leave without saying goodbye, were you?
Oh, it's really unavoidable. You see, I
Well, let's have a drink, for old time's sake.
Oh,
No, I insist. Dave,
can't.
check this.
Yes, sir.
old friends.
Peter, I appreciate the hospitality, but I really have to catch a plane.
He'll wait for you. After all, you've got the money.
He doesn't mean anything to me. He's gone. He's out of my life. The money's laundered. It's clean as a whistle. There's nothing to connect me with it. We could be away and free and...
We?
It's you that I want. You're the reason I came here. We had a good thing once. We could have it again. We could leave tonight, be in Hong Kong tomorrow.
Let me give you some friendly advice. Return the money.
Not a chance. Come too far to stop now. My claim check, please.
You sure you want to do this?
Last chance, Peter.
Miss Clark? I'm Inspector Irwin. May I?
We picked up the laundryman outside.
We could have found some great powder in Zermatt.
Okay.
Yesterday, I asked you to stand in my shoes and tell me how you'd feel. I decided that wasn't quite fair if I wasn't willing to do the same.
Lisa,
Now, I had to ask myself, what if it was one of the boys, and I had to decide. I've learned a lot about you in 2 days. That you were unfaithful. That you fathered a child by another woman. And that you're a very loving and devoted father.
Forgive me.
After 12 years, what we have is more important.
Lisa, will you brush my hair? Please?
I always wanted a little girl. Hi.
Oh, I thought you'd gone.
I came back to pick up some papers.
Oh?
Billy told me.
Yeah, I feel like such a dummy.
Peter, I know you usually keep your personal life separate from work, but I have a couple of steaks in the freezer if you haven't eaten.
Yeah, I like that. like that very much.
What are friends for?
You know I was coerced into this.
Oh, and the fact that Ann Vargo's an old girlfriend with a hit radio show being broadcast from your hotel had nothing to do with
I
it.
got a free morning. She said it would only be for an hour.
You don't have to apologize. Who's better qualified than you to talk about love and relationships in the 80s? Besides, it might be cathartic. How would Dr. Vargo put it? It will help you get in touch with your feelings.
Why don't you, come along?
Oh, no, thanks. I told Mrs. Cabot I'd help out with the children's home photo session.
Well, suit yourself. But there's no telling how many eligible female listeners might be attracted to my homespun wisdom and authoritarian voice.
Like bees to honey.
So, Glenn, how's it going?
I've been working graveyard all week. How do you think it's going?
Well, hey, hang in there. New man always has to pay his dues.
Right. Have you got your radio?
Yeah, why?
Tune into KSGY. Peter's gonna be on the Love Line show.
Our Peter?
Yeah, and hurry. Bring it out for the other ones. There should be a hoot.
Okay. Hope this thing still gets FM.
We'll be back in a moment to meet today's guest, Peter McDermott, General Manager of the St. Gregory Hotel. You look a little pale. You want some water?
Not unless it'll keep me from feeling like an idiot. What am I doing here?
I thought you said you listened to the show. We have people from all walks of life come on as guests.
But what do I know about love and relationships? I'm divorced and uninvolved.
Every human being has a perspective, Peter. Even single guys who have trouble committing to relationships. Welcome back to Loveline. I'm Dr. Ann Vargo, and today I'm pleased to have as my guest Mr. Peter McDermott, General Manager of the St. Gregory Hotel, and a very special close friend. Welcome, Peter.
Thank you, Ann.
I'm sure that a man of your experience and intelligence has much to share with our listeners about careers and relationships and the difficulty in balancing the two.
Well, I wish I had some secrets, but everything depends on the relationship and the career.
An interesting thought. Let's see what our listeners think. The Love Line is now open.
Really, Peter? How embarrassing.
Now, everybody say cheese.
Cheese.
There's some goodies out there on the terrace. Why don't you investigate?
Oh, yeah.
Christine, you're just in time. If you hurry, there may still be some food left for you.
Well, it looks like it's a good thing I had a big breakfast.
You remember Betty Archer, don't you?
Yes, of course. We met at the picnic last year.
Christine, it's so nice to see you again. You know, we do so much appreciate everything that you and Mrs. Cabot do for us.
Oh, it's all her.
Nonsense. The job you're doing with these children makes our little effort look like nothing.
Oh, thank you. We do try our best, you know.
No, I mean it. We'd better get out there while there's still food.
Hello, you're on Love Line with Dr. Ann Vargo and Peter McDermott. Hello, you're on Love Line.
Hello, Dr. Vargo. This is Ron in Pacific Heights. Do you remember me?
I'm sorry, Ron, I don't think I do. Do you have a question for Peter McDermott?
I want to talk to you, Doctor. You broke up my marriage.
I broke up your marriage?
Yeah, you and your free advice. Guess I got my money's worth, huh?
I don't claim to have the answers, Ron. I just try to lead you in a direction where you can find them yourself.
You led me to loneliness, Doctor. Now I'm gonna lead you in the same direction.
What's bothering you, Ron? Let's talk about it.
Save it, Doctor. Your trendy pop psychology isn't worth spit in real life. And what do you mean, having your boyfriend, McDermott, giving advice? He's even less qualified than you are.
I am not Dr. Vargo's boyfriend, Ron.
And he's merely sharing his experiences with our audience. He's not giving advice.
You're gonna get what you deserve, Doctor. You're gonna know the feelings I've known. The same pain.
This is better than a soap opera.
Time to hit the floor.
Hey, this is just getting good.
Don't be naive. They staged those crank phone calls.
No way.
I'm telling you, I read an article on it once. The crazies boost the ratings.
I'd like to boost the radio and hear the rest of this.
Who's gonna mind the store?
This McDermott was good, wasn't he?
Very insightful, sensitive.
Who wants to fight the crowds, huh? Would you like a grape? I bet you've been to a few of these things. You know there's going to be plenty left, even for us stragglers. Well, you make yourself at home. I better go see if I could be of any help.
I see you've met Amanda.
What's wrong with her?
More than we'll ever know, I'm afraid. Christine, you see, all of our children are emergency cases. Parental death, abandonment, or abuse. But that one, her father had been molesting her since she was an infant. Court finally found out about it and took her away from him.
Well, what about her mom?
She died when the girl was a baby.
Well, what happens to her now?
We feed her, we dress her, and she sees the social worker every day.
Does she talk?
She hasn't said a word since she came to us. And probably didn't say much before that either. That's one badly damaged little girl.
Listen, I've got to pick something up at my apartment. Would you mind if I took her with me for a while and maybe even gave her a tour of the hotel?
Yes, of course, if you like. Good.
I'll bring her back in a bit. Here you go. My favorite store. Let's check it out.
Be careful, young lady. You'll get candy all over that sweater.
That's okay, Norman. We're buying it.
I'm sorry, Miss Francis. I didn't know she was with you.
I think a girl's medium should do it, don't you?
I think so, too. I've got one in back. Excuse me.
Thank you. It is pretty. Sorry we took so long. We had to go shopping.
Oh, that's all right. I knew that she was in good hands.
May I come by and see you again, Amanda?
Come on, don't start doubting yourself over a crank caller.
Well, maybe not so much of a crank. It's a tremendous responsibility being a psychologist, playing with people's minds. And on the radio, I can't even see their eyes.
There's a need out there. That's why people listen to you.
What if I really did say the wrong thing to this guy?
You can't create a world without pain. So stop expecting it of yourself.
You know me better than anyone, Peter. Why didn't it work between us?
Weren't you listening today? I'm too involved with my career.
Evasiveness. Same old Peter. Hello.
Did you get my present?
Who is this?
They're just for you. A token of my affection.
Ron? How did you find me? How did you get in here?
I'm watching you, Dr. Vargo.
Who is it? Amanda. Wait a minute.
Really, Betty, she's fine. Just a little cold. I gave her a nice hot bath, and I'll put her right to bed, I promise. Bring her back first thing in the morning. No problem. Okay. Bye. Well, looks like you're spending the night with me, kiddo. Your hair is so beautiful. You're a very pretty young lady. Maybe someday you'll let me know what you're feeling. Well, it's time for you to get some sleep. Oh, just a minute. Can be tough being in a strange place, so I'm gonna let Clarence here keep you company. He was my best friend when I was your age. There you go. Snug as a bug in a rug. That's what my daddy used to say to me. Good night. What's the matter, honey? What?
No more argument. You're staying here until it's safe.
It's trouble, Peter. I've got to talk to him.
I don't think he's ready for talk. Everything can't be handled your way.
So what do I do? Stay here and hide forever?
Let the police handle it.
Handle what? They took the break-in report. I mean, what else can they do?
Maybe find out who the guy is. He's watching you. He's obviously dangerous.
We don't know that.
And are you scared?
Yes.
Good.
What does that mean?
You're in touch with your feelings. That's smart. Stay scared and stay here. If you need me, just call.
Good morning. Well, I guess you slept well. Gotta get you some breakfast. Start our day.
Oh, hello. Welcome back, Amanda. I hope you weren't any trouble for Miss Francis.
No, she was a doll. I'm late for work. You be good, Amanda. I'll come back and visit. Bye.
Goodbye, dear.
Miss Francis?
What is it, honey?
Will you come soon?
You bet I will. Hello? Thank you. It was incredible, Peter. This poor, damaged child who hasn't said a word to anyone called out to me. Well, it was as if...
You really like her, huh?
Oh, it's more than that, I think. It's something very special.
Well, that's nice. A kid like that needs a friend.
I need to talk to someone about this, Peter.
Okay.
Well, when I first met Amanda... Peter McDermott's office. Yes, just a minute. Ann Vargo.
Hi. What's up? Yeah, I'll be right there. I'm sorry, can it wait till later?
Sure.
Well, how do I get that?
Listen to this. We found the tape of his original call. He just lost his job. Then maybe you need some time alone to find yourself again.
You mean away from my wife?
Sometimes it's good for a while. When things aren't working, you can lose sight of why. And you can get frustrated and do damage by trying to fix the wrong things.
Oh, maybe you're right. Maybe I need to step away, get things together.
Thank you, Gary.
What was wrong with that?
I was leading him. I gave too much advice. When people are in trouble, they can interpret things a lot differently than you intended.
But that isn't your fault.
Yes, it is. I'm supposed to consider that before I open my mouth. Suppose this guy disappeared without telling his wife what he was doing, or found another woman to give him some perspective, and then tried to go back to his wife.
Stop with the self-recriminations, will you? You could be in a lot of danger. I'm having a security man watch you for a while.
You really love these plants, don't you?
Huh. They're part of the family, along with the hotel.
I guess that pretty much fills up your time.
Plants, hotel, charities, social functions. That's why it's a good thing I've got you and Peter.
Does it ever get lonely for you?
Are you all right?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just going through a phase.
What kind of phase?
When I first came here, all I thought about was the excitement of the new job, doing well, getting ahead. Now, other things are becoming important to me.
Nothing ever stays the same, Christine.
I guess I'm not the first woman my age to question her priorities.
Well, you're a different generation than I was. Now they say you can have it all.
I'm not sure I believe that.
I'm not sure I do either. But if anyone can, it's you.
Sorry to bother you so late.
Oh, what, is something wrong? What, come in, come in.
Thank you.
Can I get you anything?
No, no, thank you. I just need to talk.
All right.
I know this may seem sudden, or maybe it doesn't. I don't know. It's so confusing.
You're telling me.
I'm sorry. I just don't know if I'm being foolish or what. I mean, I don't know what the law is or anything.
About what?
I want to know what it would take for me to adopt Amanda.
We got it. Boy, I'd hate to see what you pack when you're really traveling.
You might yet. If this lasts more than a few days, we'll have to go back for more.
Dr. Vargo, I thought you were going to stay in your room with the radio station.
Sorry, I just couldn't stay locked up in that room another minute.
Well, you realize this makes it very difficult for us.
I know, but if I'm not safe in the St. Gregory lobby...
What are you doing out here?
Breathing. I'm okay, Peter.
And we don't know what this guy looks like. He could be here right now.
Look, I'm scared, okay? But I'm not going to run and hide.
We can't protect her if she won't cooperate, Peter.
I'm sorry, Mr. Griffin. I don't mean to be difficult, but I have to live my life.
Maybe we're taking the wrong approach to this whole thing. This guy's somewhere around here watching your every move. Instead of sitting and wondering where and what he's going to do, maybe it's time we took the offensive. How? By flushing him out. Christine, this isn't something you just rush into. You've hardly given it any thought.
I've thought about it a lot, Peter. I've even tried to discuss it with you. You were too busy.
Maybe you should take some more time.
Like how long? A year? 5 years? 10 years? I can't afford to wait like you can. I don't want to wake up alone in 20 years with nothing to show for my life but a hell of a career.
And a hell of a good pal in Peter McDermott. Is that what we're talking about?
If the shoe fits.
You got a lot going for you, Christine. Don't underestimate yourself.
No, that isn't it. Amanda appeals to things in me no one's ever touched. No one. Sure, a career is fine, but I'm a woman first.
Well, you're young. You're gonna have a child of your own someday. Don't be in such a hurry.
I have no control over what life presents to me, Peter. This child happened now. I can't just turn my back on her.
You've got a lot of responsibilities, even without this child. Sometimes you can't avoid having to turn your back on something.
Christine? Why do you like me?
Why do you ask?
Well, no one has ever liked me before.
Oh, I'm sure that's not true. Maybe you just didn't know it.
My father didn't like me.
Oh, I'm sure he did. Sometimes people just have other problems that keep them from showing someone that they love them.
You don't have problems like that.
I've never been responsible for someone's life.
Are you gonna adopt me?
Would you like me to?
Yes.
It wouldn't be easy. You'd have to be alone a lot.
I know.
You'd have to help me out, too. I can't be a mother and a father.
I can take care of myself.
Oh, that isn't it. I'd always take care of you. You just have to be understanding.
Of what?
I've never been a mother.
I've never known a mother.
Be sure you get him angry now. Make him want to talk to you.
Welcome back to Loveline. Before we take more calls, there's something I want to say to Ron in Pacific Heights. You need help, Ron. I urge you to discuss your problems with a professional right away. I've gone over the tapes of our talk, and you're wrong to blame me. You have to take responsibility for your own life. Based on what I've seen and heard, I think the decision your wife made was the correct one given your condition. Please, Ron, seek help immediately. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow.
When can I go home with you?
I don't know. We'll have to see.
Some kids only stay here a few weeks before someone takes them.
I know. Don't be scared. You have to learn to trust people. No one's gonna hurt you anymore.
Okay, I'll try.
You be good now.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much, Miss Archer. I will be hearing from you soon, then.
Betty, could I talk to you when you're free?
Oh, Christine. Christine Francis, I'd like you to meet Paul and Marla Franklin.
Hi, how are you? Hello.
Pleasure.
Well, all right, then I'll be in touch with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Christine, there's something I need to tell you.
What?
Mr. and Mrs. Franklin also want to adopt Amanda.
I knew something was bothering her. But she never mentioned anything about adoption.
No, I'm worried, Victoria. I think she's reacting to things.
To us, she's a beautiful, intelligent, kind-hearted woman. But in her own mind, her future's not secure.
Well, that's no reason to make such a permanent, confining move.
Peter, she's single. And on the surface, at least, uninvolved.
Victoria, you know I can't interfere with her life.
I know you won't. I don't know why.
Sorry I got held up. I'm staying late to catch up on
Is
some
everything
things.
okay?
What?
Well, I'm sorry I haven't given you more time. I know you got a lot to decide.
Actually, it's good that you've been busy. I've made my decision by myself, the way it should be.
What does that mean?
It means I care for you, Peter. I think you know that. But I've got to plan my life.
We don't know what might happen in the future.
You're right. I just can't wait to find out.
She's on her way.
Anybody following?
She's all clear.
Thank you for coming, Miss Francis.
I really don't see any point to my being here, Mr. Franklin.
Please sit. Miss Archer tells us that Amanda's wishes will be very important in deciding who gets custody.
As they should be, don't you think?
Amanda's happiness is the most important thing. But we think we can make her happy, too.
I don't doubt that. But there are other children at the home. Children who might have fewer problems than Amanda.
We're aware of Amanda's history.
Then why would you choose to take that on?
Well, why would you, Miss Francis?
We had a daughter once, Miss Francis. Our own. She died of a heart defect when she was 6 years old.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Amanda reminds us so much of her.
We can't have any more children of our own. But we'd love Amanda, just like we loved our own little girl.
And we'd be there for her all the time.
Adopting a child was the furthest thing from my mind. Until I met Amanda.
It was the same for us. We've had a child. We know the time, the responsibility, the total commitment that's involved in raising one.
You have a career, Miss Francis, a very demanding one from what we understand.
I know about the responsibilities involved here, Mr. Franklin.
We don't mean to push you, Miss Francis. Maybe Amanda would be just as well cared for with you as with us. We're being selfish. But I hope you understand why.
It's all over, Ron. Dr. Vargo isn't here.
No kidding.
Why don't you put the gun down?
This is quite a little trap you've set. I'll bet you're very proud of yourself.
I just don't want anybody hurt.
How noble. Does that include yourself? That's right, McDermott. It's you I'm after. I told her I'd make her know the same feelings that I knew. I lost my wife. She's gonna lose you. Oh, your security man isn't coming. I got here a little earlier than he did. Oh, Dr. Vargo. So glad you could join us. I want you to see this and know that you're responsible.
You're confused, Ron. Peter and I aren't lovers.
Don't tell me. I've been watching you.
Then you haven't seen anything more than two friends.
I have seen enough to know that he's closer to you than anyone else.
But not like you were with your wife.
No. You're not capable of that kind of love, Doctor. You're too hung up thinking about your feelings to really lose yourself in another person. And the pain when you can't have that person anymore. I wonder if you can feel that pain.
how to use one of those things?
Yeah.
When I give you the signal, spray the hell out of that glass.
Okay.
Understand. That's why I wanted you to feel the pain.
It's okay. It's all over.
Is there something wrong, Christine?
I haven't been very good company, have I?
Is this what you meant when you said I'd have to be understanding?
I need you to be very understanding.
Did I do something wrong?
No, no, you didn't do anything. I did.
I'll forgive you.
No, you won't. Probably not for a long time. But maybe someday when you're older, you'll at least understand.
You're scaring me.
I don't want you to be scared. Because you're gonna have a very nice life. You'll be loved and treated well.
You don't want me anymore.
It isn't like that. I want you very much.
Then what's wrong?
Amanda, being a mother is something you have to grow into. I haven't done that yet. And I have to. It would be selfish of me to try to keep you. You deserve 2 full-time parents.
I don't need 2 parents. I need you.
It isn't that simple.
But why?
It just isn't. Life becomes more complicated when you get older. There's some people I want you to meet. Now I want you to be very nice to them, because they're nice people.
Mr. and Mrs. Franklin, right?
They want to adopt you.
I know, but I want to be with you.
Amanda, you have to have trust. The world is a good place. And there are lots of good people in it. You've only opened up to me. Let yourself love someone else, and they'll love you back.
No one's ever loved me.
Try it. You'll see. I promise.
Hi, Amanda.
Hello.
All in Marla will take you back to get your things.
And then where?
Home with them.
Will I ever see you again?
All the time, honey.
You promise?
I promise.
Bye, Christine.
Goodbye, Amanda. If there's anything more we could do for you or you boys, Mr. Allen, just let us know.
Well, thanks, Miss Francis. The itinerary's all set. Senior Boys Weekend is the highlight of their year at the Academy.
I thought this was a cultural field trip.
Well, it is, officially. Unofficially, it's just a few hand-picked, sex-crazed 17-year-olds loose in the big city with their football coach.
Well, enjoy yourself, Coach. Looks like you're going to have your hands full.
It's a good thing we only do this once a year.
Bye-bye.
Come on, fellas, pick up your tongues. Come on, let's go get settled in.
Excuse me, I think you're getting left behind.
Come on, Martin, let's get it in gear.
Thanks. Did Mr. Livingston check in yet?
Arthur, I presume?
Cute.
Not yet.
Good, he loves the personal touch.
Mr. Danning, you're needed in the kitchen right away.
Thanks. Cover for me, will you?
I'm Howard Livingston. I have a reservation.
Mr. Livingston.
Yes.
Hello, I'm T.C. Babcock. Welcome to the St. Gregory.
Well, thank you. Is Mr. Danning going to...
He apologizes, but he was called away. He asked me to personally show you to your room. Mr. Livingston's key, please.
Of course.
This way, please. Boy, bring Mr. Livingston's luggage along, please.
Yes, sir.
Did we get somebody new in guest relations?
Of all the things I never expected to see Brad doing, running a winery.
It's been difficult for him, Peter. One thing after another, nothing working. This is something he's really enjoying.
Well, I wish he'd let me put in a word with a sommelier.
Wonderful. The apple and oak are very prominent. I'll take a dozen cases, Mr. Carlton.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You won't be sorry.
Congratulations.
A dozen cases. What do you think of that?
Well, I think we need to celebrate over lunch.
Of course we need to celebrate, and you need to pick up the check. Okay?
Now look, Martin, we plan to get a little action this weekend, so listen up.
Yeah, you get in the way and you're gonna be in trouble.
Now, if I come back to the room with a girl and you're there, just excuse yourself. Go for a walk, understand? A long walk.
And if we're out somewhere and we run across anything, don't even hang around. Just fade away.
And if the tragedy of tragedies happens and you happen to return and I have someone in the room, you'll find my tying knotted conspicuously on the doorknob. Get it?
What if the girl gets bored talking about the 49ers?
Well, well, look at this. Coach's little girl. What are you doing here at the hotel, Beth?
Meeting my father for the weekend, if it's any of your business.
Coach is always thinking about his boys. Gonna leave your door open tonight?
No. But if you sleepwalk, leave your window open.
Ouch! I suppose you snore, too.
Okay. When is a U-turn legal in a business district?
Come on, Dave. They did not ask me that.
Well, it can't hurt to know it anyway.
Did you know it?
My driver's license has another 3 years to go.
Maybe I will not get license. Oh, come on, Don, you've got to.
Yeah, that way your next worry can be saving enough money to buy a car.
You give up? In a traffic-controlled intersection, perpendicular to a one-way street, when turning in the direction of the one-way traffic. Want another?
To the Carlton Winery, the best new vineyard in California.
From your mouth to the wine steward's ears.
You know, you have to come up and visit us, Peter.
Yes, the only time we can see you is when we come to the city.
Give me a break. This is the first time since the Army we've been within 1,000 miles of each other.
Well, then you have no excuse.
Maybe come this spring when things get a little easier around here, I can take a couple of days and,
Hey.
Huh?
Where'd you disappear to?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm all right.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
I'm surprised to see you on this trip.
Headmaster overruled your father. Said that a jocks-only trip was discriminatory.
So where are you going today?
Thought I'd go to the museum.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
Hey, maybe you'd like... listen, I better go.
Have fun.
Where's he going?
Museum.
That figures.
Oh, Daddy.
Oh. A little appetizer before dinner. What a nice idea.
I love caviar.
Thank you.
That looks fabulous.
Enjoy.
You shouldn't have. You mean you?
Well, I didn't order it.
Well, neither did I.
Well, then who?
Peter looks terrific, doesn't he?
He always has.
You two must have been murder with the women in Europe.
Oh, he was all right. I was terrific. So they sent me to Nam.
Why didn't he get sent over?
They needed him to train copter pilots.
Lucky guy.
He's not as lucky as I am.
It's happening again, isn't it?
No, I'm okay.
No, you're not.
I said I'm okay. I'll go down for a drink. I'll meet you later in the Carlisle room. All right?
Lost your classmates again?
Oh, hi.
Hi.
I was just doing a little reading.
I saw your group heading upstairs.
Yeah, I've been kind of going it alone.
Not the social type, huh?
Not really, I guess.
I'm Christine Francis.
Martin Fowler.
Wouldn't you be having a little more fun if you were with your friends?
I suppose, but I'm kind of used to being alone.
Oh, no. Remember, you are never alone at the St. Gregory. If you need anything, you call me, okay?
Okay.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Did you have a good time today?
Not bad. I ended up shopping. I didn't really feel like going cruising with the boys.
Yeah, me neither. How come you're here anyway?
Oh, my father asked me to come. Well, now that I'm living with my mother, I don't get to see him very much.
Oh, yeah, right.
So are you having dinner with the guys?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it.
I don't have any plans.
Plans for what?
Martin and I were just talking about having dinner.
Really?
Yeah, well, actually, it's probably better if I just stick with the others. I'll see you.
What do you have against him, Daddy?
He's one-dimensional. He's got no spine.
You mean he won't play your run and sweat and everybody jump on the football stupidity?
He's fast. He might have had some ability.
Oh, right, right. He should sacrifice himself so that he can contribute to your team.
A kid like him would get a lot out of my program.
You can't stand to have anybody say no to you, can you, Daddy?
May I help you, sir?
May I have a table over in that area, please?
Certainly.
Hi, good evening, sir. May I bring you a cocktail?
Water?
Sir?
May I have some water?
Certainly, sir. Excuse me.
The last time I asked for water, you said I could die first. Little Ho Chi Minh.
My name is Dung Tan, sir.
You haven't changed. A little older. Just like me.
I'm sorry, sir. I don't know you.
Excuse me, sir. Is there a problem? Is there a problem, sir?
Hey, Martin.
Hey, what are you... Hey, what are you guys... Come on, leave me alone. What do you think you're doing? Get his hands. Come on, this is really stupid.
Hey, Martin, relax. I mean, maybe Beth will take a look at your cute legs there and decide to steal your virginity.
Or adult behavior by Benham Academy's finest.
Come on, you guys, open up the door. Joke's over. Come on, you guys. Open up the door. Come on, open up. Joke's over. Come on, open up the door.
One thing about being the general manager is everyone tells me everything that goes on around here.
Even when it isn't your business?
Like, for instance, I was stopped this morning by the maitre d' in the Carlisle room.
There was nothing, Peter.
Brad, this is me. Come on.
When I was a prisoner, there was a young Vietnamese used to hang around the camp, and he was a vindictive little bastard, used to spit on us and whip us.
The waiter you grabbed last night?
So after I get back to the States, I bounce around from one thing to another. And just when I think I'm getting it all together, he turns up. And all the memories start flooding back. Now, I feel I can make it right, Peter. I've got to.
Don't do anything stupid. Let me help you.
It's not your fight.
It's my hotel, and the war's long over.
Not in here, it isn't. I've lived with it for too long. I've got to put it behind me, Peter. I have no other choice.
Right this way, please.
Hey. Hey. Hey, where are you going with those?
Just picking up the slack. Oh, careful, Dave. Your shoes need to shine.
Hey.
A friend of mine, Mr. Carlton, says he knows you from Vietnam.
Mr. McDermott, I am good waiter for you. We have much pain long ago in Vietnam, and I leave behind.
I know, but Mr. Carlton's still carrying it with him.
It is part of all our lives. But I become American soon, and my son is American, so I never think about Vietnam.
I'm not here to judge you, Todd. I'm concerned with my employees' present and future, not their past.
I am good waiter, and I make no trouble.
Just make sure you stay away from trouble, too.
What are you gonna do, Brad?
Well, I've got to be able to live without the memories. I've got to even it all.
Getting back at that man isn't gonna undo what happened to you in Vietnam.
He's the only thing I can get a hold of.
You'd almost licked it, Brad. All the therapy, all the work. Don't let it gobble you back up.
Let's not kid ourselves. All the therapy did was help me look past it. But when I saw him,
How'd it go, Martin? Didn't Beth take you in out of the cold last night?
Oh, come on, Sam. Give him a break. Maybe Beth didn't like what she saw.
What, are you kidding? We're talking Sylvester Stallone here, huh?
Hi, Martin.
Hi, Christine.
Got a big day planned?
I guess.
Well, if you get back early, why don't you come up to my office? I promised you the tour of the hotel. Remember?
Oh, yeah. Thanks. Maybe I will.
Good.
I'd stay away from those animals if I were you. I taught them everything I know.
It's a shame you didn't teach them how to be nicer to each other.
Yes?
I'm looking for Duong Tan.
He not home.
May I come in? Where is he?
He got phone call. Went to hotel. Please, no hurt my husband. War a long time ago. He very angry then. American planes bomb his village, kill his mother and father. For a long time he hate all Americans. But no more. He want to live in peace now.
I'm glad he's been able to forget.
This memo says that T.C. Babcock settled a fight between the pastry chef and the chief engineer.
Yeah, they're acting like brothers again. Your new guy's really great.
My guy, I don't know who the hell T.C. Babcock is.
You mean you didn't hire him?
No. Mrs. Cabot? I think I've got a little investigating to do.
Gotta go.
All right, man.
How'd you do?
Please, up to you.
Oh, hi. How'd it go today?
Candlestick Park and Keys Our Stadium aren't exactly my idea of seeing San Francisco.
I know what you mean.
Tonight they're going over to North Beach for dinner in the exotic dancing circuit.
Not your cup of tea either, huh?
They kind of made it clear I wasn't invited anyway.
Oh. I tell you what, I've got a lot of work to do. Instead of that tour I promised you, why don't the two of us have dinner later?
Really? You and me?
Unless you'd rather be alone.
Oh, no, no. You don't mind if we go Dutch, do you?
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Great, I'll see you then.
Good. Around 8?
Yeah. Yeah.
Fred, this is crazy. It was war. But it's over. Let it go!
Stay out of my way on this, Wendy. It's not your business.
What do you mean it's not my business? You're my husband. You're the father of my son. I live what you live.
You'll never live Vietnam. You never saw that prison that I called home. That I almost died in. That I carried back here with me. You can't understand.
Maybe it's because I told him I wouldn't play on his damn football team. Maybe he's afraid something might happen between me and Beth. I don't know.
Beth?
His daughter. She's really nice.
Have you told her that?
God, no.
And all that reading you do, have you ever come across the one about faint heart never won fair lady?
That's me, faint heart. I'm just plain afraid. I've never been with a girl before. You know, had sex or anything.
That's nothing to be ashamed of.
It is if you feel like you're the only kid on the face of the earth who has it. I just don't fit in, not with girls and not with the coach's boys.
What are you doing here?
Having dinner.
Don't be smart. You're supposed to stay with the group.
Well, I didn't want to go with them.
I don't care what you want.
Excuse me. Mr. Allen, we are in the middle of dinner.
This boy is my responsibility, not yours. Come on, Martin, let's go. Martin, come on.
This is McDermott, Claude. I want you to send your waiter, Duong Tan, home right away. Right, and tell him to stay there. Just do it. Please, all right? Go back to your room. I'll find him.
Do you know his worst memories aren't even of the POW camp?
I know. He told me once about the village his group bombed by mistake.
Can you imagine carrying that guilt around all these years?
In his own desperate way, I think he's trying to deal with it now.
Please help him, Peter.
I'll try.
You've changed, Daddy. Ever since you and Mom got a divorce, you haven't been the same. You never used to be so hard on everybody.
Like your friend Martin?
Yeah.
I've been dealing with kids like him longer than you've been living. Why don't you just let me handle it?
Because you're not being fair. Why are you riding him so hard?
He needs it. He needs to be pushed.
Well, you're not pushing him where he wants to go.
I've heard enough out of you.
No. You've just heard more than you'd like.
You never talked back to me like this until you started living with your mother.
Hi.
I feel like such a jerk.
Seems to me it's your coach who should feel like a jerk.
It doesn't matter anymore.
Giving up?
I just don't relate to people very well.
You're relating to me.
Well, it's not the same.
No. Am I less important than your teacher and your classmates?
You know what I mean.
And I know that confrontations are hard. But you can't go through life trying to stay out of everyone's way. It's not possible. Start standing up for yourself, Martin. Bet it helps you like yourself a little more.
He's not here. I've sent him away.
Whose side are you on?
There are no sides anymore, Brad. You're fighting yourself now.
You don't know what you're talking about. You weren't there, remember?
Okay, then I can be more objective than you. You gotta stop ripping open old wounds.
Not until it's finished. In my mind. And in here.
And when's that gonna be? What do you have to do before it ends?
He was there. He understands. It was a war that never began and a war that never ended.
Well, it will if you let it.
I can't.
Hi.
Hi.
You want to talk for a minute?
Sure.
I feel really badly about what happened.
It's no one's fault but mine. I let everyone walk all over me. It's time to face up to what I am. Try to change it.
Come on. You don't have to change what you are, just how you feel about what you are.
You've always been so nice to me.
I've always liked you.
I've always... I mean, I've always...
Martin, you can say it. I won't hurt you.
I've always liked you, too, a lot.
Hi, hon. I just wanted to...
Daddy, I invited him in.
Get out. Get out of here.
I'll leave when Beth asks me to leave.
You'll leave when I tell you to.
Mr. Allen, you can't just keep...
No! What? Get out!
Daddy!
And don't ever talk back to me again.
But Mr.
Don't ever! There's no show out here. Go on back to bed. Go on back to bed! Come on, inside.
It is between me and him. And I go and talk.
No, it's no good. He's too angry. I think very dangerous.
This must end. Too much fear and too much hatred. I must make peace. And I go see him.
Please, no. He maybe hurt you.
The bad dream must come to end.
It has for you. He must deal with his own dreams.
They are not his alone. We are all part of the same terrible past. If we are to live new life, we must be free of the past. The past is too heavy on us. We make right. You make right.
Good morning, Mr. McDermott.
Morning. Terry's out today?
Yes, sir. I'll be filling in.
Good. May I have some coffee, cream, no sugar?
Hey, it's him.
Who?
T.C. Babcock. He helped me spot a thief last night.
You're the young man everyone's been talking about.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, is my job safe?
Mr. McDermott's office. Who's calling, please? Oh, just a minute. It's Mrs. Tan. She says it's important.
Mrs. Tan?
I'm sorry I disturbed you, but I'm very worried.
What happened?
My husband go to hotel to see that man, Mr. Carlton. I tell him could be very dangerous.
Well, don't worry. I'll take care of it.
Please, Mr. McDermott. I no want my husband hurt.
I know. I know.
You know, it really sticks in my throat. We destroy a village here, we destroy a village there, but we never go after the power. Maybe they were afraid that would end it. And meanwhile, the poor stiffs who are fighting in the South keep on dying. And the peace talks go on and on. And the politicians sit around arguing about the shape of the table while the men who are doing their dirty work keep on dying. And I live. I live through that horror of that camp, and I come home to a hero's welcome, and you know what happens? I try telling a congressman what's really going on over there, and he doesn't want to listen. No one wants to listen. Except you. You're listening now, aren't you? And you're gonna make it right. At least for me. Aren't you? Aren't you?
You boys said you'd be out here.
Well, there's nothing like a good run in the morning.
You mind if we talk about Martin Fowler?
The kid has to learn to respect authority.
Strikes me as the type who does.
Don't lecture me, Miss Francis. I deal with kids every day.
Then you should know that not all kids are interested in football.
Football builds character. If you have the ability and you don't use it, that's That's cowardly. I push him, hoping he's gonna fight back.
That's bull. I heard he fought back last night and you knocked him down the hallway. You're just a little man who likes pushing people around. The trouble is, the only people you're pushing around are kids. Talk about cowards.
Brad? Ton? Anyone in there? You satisfied now? You all right, Ton?
We make peace. But it goes.
You make peace with this?
He did not hurt me. Too much pain already. You don't need more.
And maybe it can be over. Maybe it can be over now.
I need to talk to you. I don't know why you're always picking on me, but I want you to stop. I'm a good student. I don't cause any trouble. All I want is to be left alone. You know, I think the reason why the other guys give me such a hard time is because they see you doing it. I know you don't like me, and that's okay. All I'm asking is that you give me a chance. Ignore me if you want, but don't set the example that I'm fair game for everyone.
Think I don't like you?
It's pretty obvious.
I like you okay. My daughter likes you too. More than she likes me right now. Your coming here to confront me shows me that she's right. So is Miss Francis. You're not afraid to go through life without a pat on the back, and I think I treat you the way I do because I resent that.
Why?
I always had people standing behind me, telling me how great I was. In Little League, in high school, college, people liked me because I could run fast and hit hard. I always thought a pro career was a cinch. It wasn't. All of a sudden, the people behind me were gone, and I had to face the real world.
Coach.
So, I figured I'd teach sports. Those that can do, and those that can't teach. Well, that's fine until a kid comes along who shows signs of being smart and independent. Two qualities I couldn't find in myself. So I sit on them. Sit hard. Hell of a teacher, huh? I'm sorry, Martin.
Hey, Coach. It's okay. Maybe it's a good thing what you've been doing. I know what it's like now to get by with no one on my side.
You'll do okay. You will do okay, Martin.
You realize realize that as a non-employee performing employee's duties, you've opened us up to enormous potential liability.
Yes, sir.
Not to mention what could have happened to our reputation if you'd failed to uphold our standards.
Yes, sir.
Yes, this is McDermott. Yeah, I'm sending down a man by the name of T.C. Babcock. I'd like you to meet with him and see if we have something he can do around here. Yeah, thank you. I'm sure you know where personnel is, Mr. Babcock.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. McDermott.
Leaving?
Does this seem like the longest weekend of my whole life?
If this is the worst weekend you ever have, you'll be a very lucky guy.
Thanks for everything.
For what? We never did get dessert. Hey, keep in touch. I expect big things from you.
I will.
I expect an invitation to come up and sample the new harvest.
Well, you know, you don't have to wait for an invitation, Peter.
Bye.